Designer Driving Chronicles heading up to camp. Day 4 is here. Listen, yesterday was an improvement in procedural issues. Let's hope that we keep that up. Let's hope that we keep that step that the Bears have taken on this offense and actually start to build on it to implement some things on the offensive side of the football. A lot of focus has been on what Caleb Williams is doing, but it truly is. I love how Declan Doyle talked about how it's all 11 of the guys out there that have to be in sync and in time. DJ Moore talked about that as well, right? And they're getting that timing down. Week 1, people are losing their minds in training. Oh, God, what are we looking at? What are we going to see? Like, you got to get some of those. We knew what the floor was, and yet we're acting like it was going to all magically go away. Remember, this was a team that consistently had pre-snap penalties, that consistently was dealing with false starts, that consistently was dealing with people jumping in on the line or receivers jumping too early. I mean, anytime Mercedes Lewis checked into a game, you knew a false start was coming, basically. But here's the bottom line. You're getting the pre-snap procedural issues out of the way now so that you can continue to build on this thing and continue to get through the install. To me, I would say this has been a successful first week of football for where the Chicago Bears are. And I think people just put it in their brains that, like, oh, they weren't really that far away. They didn't have that many issues last year. Yes, they did. There was a ton of things that had to be overcome. And it seems like this Bears team is trying to do everything that they can to overcome that here in week 1, starting with the pre-snap. Now, does that mean that Caleb Williams does not have to be more accurate? 100%. But I love that Declan Doyle brought this up yesterday, because while people are sitting there going, Caleb Williams went 2 for 7, Caleb Williams went 2 for 11, Caleb Williams went 3 for 15, you're not realizing that the Chicago Bears are basically telling the offensive line, let the pressure through. We want to create some simulated pressure. We want Montez Sweat in his face. We want to see how he reacts to that. That is coaching, giving Caleb Williams things on the fly that he was not expecting in week 1 of training camp. Ben Johnson talked about how this is a race, not a in that it's going to be, you know, in this 6 weeks you have to accomplish a lot. So he's throwing a lot at him here in this first week. And it's not like a regular football game where Caleb can just take off and sprint backwards and get out of the pressure and create a play, like we saw him do a ton last year. The players are standing right behind him. So I think overall, the fact that you got the pre-snap stuff down, the fact that they're sending these simulated pressures in his face and kind of forcing him to do things on the fly and seeing how he reacts, to speed up his clock, to speed up how quickly he's getting that ball out of his hands. This is literally what all of us asked for this offseason. This is literally the kind of coaching that we wanted to see, and we're getting that from Ben Johnson here in week 1, and I absolutely love it. Now, Caleb Williams does have to build on some things. The accuracy issues, not excusable. There's a couple of times where, you know, the throw has been there, and it has been him on an overthrow. But there's also been some times where he has been able to step into a ball, which I'm assuming is going to be more times than not this season with a revamped offensive line, where he has been able to step into a pass and get that ball out of his hand, and he's firing that ball on time. I thought yesterday he was much more on time. He's slowly starting to get a lot more on schedule, and hopefully we see that continue today. I don't know how long practice is going to be today. We had a 2-hour practice yesterday. I think Ben said they only get 12 hours with these guys and 12 hours with the veterans in the camp portion. So he's using a lot of time early on here trying to get a lot in place, and probably will, like, you know, it'll turn into, okay, let's kind of or just keep it at this baseline where we're at and try and improve as much as we can. But he's trying to ramp this thing up quickly, and you see Ben Johnson going out there and putting the pressure on the offense to improve their game at a high pace. And nobody's shying away from it. Caleb's not shying away from it. DJ's not shying away from it. I love how he's operated this first week of camp, and hopefully we're able to see this Bears team start to figure some things out. What I want to see from camp today, just continued growth, honestly, in the pre-snap procedural things, man. Like, I think we don't remember how big of an issue that was. How many drives were stopped because of an offensive lineman jumping off sides, or false starting, I should say, or a receiver going too early, or just not having good communication. I'll tell you the biggest thing, not having great communication in the huddle, getting to the line. Somebody doesn't know what their job is. We were seeing that in week 14, 15, 16. Somebody doesn't know what their job is. Ball goes up and there's no receiver in the vicinity. Those are the things that you have to get right in the pre-snap process. I want to see that be perfect, because if you can figure it out, and J-Mac has talked to me about this a ton, right? There's so much that you do pre-snap. By the time you're running the play, it should just be react. Most of your thinking is done pre-snap. Most of the brain power is being utilized pre-snap. After that, it is instinct. It is how you're reacting to things that you have seen 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, right? And you just know on this play, okay, if this thing happens, this is where the football needs to go. That to me is something that if you are the Chicago Bears, I love the fact that you're building everything that you can up pre-snap right now, and you're trying to get this team as focused as you can on the minor details of the pre-snap process to make sure that there is no, we don't know where we're at, we don't know what we're doing, we don't know what route we were supposed to run, I don't know where to throw the football, I don't know when to go. Are we going on 2 or are we going on 1? Wait a minute. Are we going on 3? Are we hard counting this? Like, I love the fact that they are getting the small things right. And this is with anything in life. If you get the minor details right, usually it works out. You can't just wake up and start throwing 70% completion percentage if you don't know the basics of the play. So I love how Ben Johnson is doing this. I want to see that pre-snap process continue to grow. I want to see them figure it out. And I do want to see Caleb being more accurate. And I think the biggest thing is being more on time. We're starting to see him kind of get his timing up. A couple of passes yesterday were late in the 11-on-11 drill, and that's what caused some of the incompletions. I think you also got to talk about the fact that the defense is playing out of its mind right now and is dominating. Like, I know we continue to only focus on the offensive side of the football, but how this defense is playing, it looks like they've been in this system for 5 years. Like Tremaine Edmonds flying around, TJ Edwards, interception. Jaquan Brisker looks like he's never left the football field in his life. Like, you've got all of these things. Oh, by the way, Jalen Johnson isn't out there yet. So that to me is the one thing that is like, I get that people are worried in week 1, but it's like the defense is on this team too. And the defense, as everyone continues to say, is always ahead of the offense. That is not going to change at this point. So for me, it's not a big worry. I think it's fine. Tap into my comments from yesterday. I did drop an episode yesterday on the pod. If you missed that, appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. As always, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Day 4 of camp is here, and your boy is going to have looks like a rainy day at practice. And you know what? I don't have an umbrella. Tough. Bear down. One love. Peace.